Hello everyone, Alex from Swoosh English again. I'm staying on the theme of OET speaking because I'm absolutely fired up right now after doing so many OET speaking mock examinations recently, and I just did a couple today as well with students who are on our paid OET program. If you want to get more information about that, make sure you go to swooshenglish.com. We've got packages for doctors and for nurses. But anyway, staying on the theme of today's video and staying on the theme of OET speaking, I want you to think about when you are doing your role plays, whether you're in preparations right now, whether you have your examination coming up in the next couple of days, whatever that might be. I want to challenge you with the idea of not just thinking like a doctor or a nurse or a medical professional, but thinking like an actor or actress. And I want you to think about merging the two of those. So let me explain more before you start to have these different ideas. When it comes to speaking, when it comes to a role play situation, you don't know what the interlocutor is going to come back with. So remember, the interlocutor is a trained English teacher. They'll play the role of the patient or the carer. So you don't know what they're going to come back with, okay? They might get angry about something and you're shocked by it. You have to be prepared for these scenarios. You really don't know what they will say or they won't say. Maybe you're expecting them to say one thing and then they say another thing. So it's really important that you can improvise. So improvise is really coming up with a well-balanced argument or a well-balanced explanation or a well-balanced piece of advice that can really help them and take them from that aggressive, anxious, worried state to a feeling of calm and a feeling of they know how they can handle the particular condition, disease, whatever they might have. So really, when it comes to speaking, a lot of doctors and nurses, and I saw this with the previous month's examinations of doctors and nurses not doing enough speaking practice. And I'm talking about those people who are not on a paid program. So students on our program, we put them together with speaking partners. If you're a doctor, you go with a doctor, a nurse with a nurse, etc. But there's a lot of people who are just watching YouTube videos, and when it comes into the speaking examination, if you don't, I mean, it seems obvious to me, but if you don't do speaking practice with a speaking partner, with ideally a native OET teacher, etc. If you don't do that in your preparation, how can you expect to get a B or even an A in your examination? As the cliche goes, practice makes perfect. Sometimes cliches are a cliche for a reason, and it's true. Practice, 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 getting the feedback, getting the corrections. But improvising and thinking like an actor or actress will allow you to be really quick with the responses that you give. So it's really important to merge those two, thinking like an actor and actress and thinking like a medical professional. Going further, delving deeper into the actor-actress concept that I've introduced to you is sometimes inventing information, okay? So for example, I've talked about one of the role play cards was about diabetes for OET for medicine for doctors. And in there's a little boy, Matthew, and he has just been diagnosed with asthma. So, maybe the parent gets irate, okay? Irate, I mean angry, about the fact that their child has just been diagnosed with asthma. They're in denial. They're worried that, Matthew's going to have these long-term debilitating effects, etc. Your job, okay, is to make them feel reassured, put them in a place of calm, empathize with them, show understanding, etc. I truly empathize with how you're feeling right now, etc. But on the actress theme, you could say something like, I absolutely empathize with your situation. My brother, my sister, my grandma, whoever that might be, had asthma as well. And I remember a particular time when they were diagnosed, just like Matthew was a few days prior, and they were worried, stressed, etc. But I just want to let you know that they made, they were able to cope with it, and then their fears were allayed, they were minimized once they did X, Y, Z. So absolutely, I understand how you're feeling right now. My family have been through it, and I know that with time, with the advice, with the reassurance I'm providing you, that Matthew will be able to cope with this, and he'll be able to live a normal, healthy life, something like that. Okay, I'm improvising as well. I'm trying to be an actor, but something like that will really help them going forward. So hopefully this video was helpful to you today. Make sure you download our free 3-part video series from our website swooshenglish.com.